What's up, y'all? This is Ty. I am here to review Season 3, Episode 10, the season finale of Power Book 3, Raising Kanan. And the episode is titled Made You Look. This was a great episode. But before I get into that, I gotta give a shout out to y'all who've been holding me down and watching this show with me all season. Shout outs to folks like Lamont Simpson, Beautifully T, LaWanda Brown, Tayon's World, Old Boogie Baby, the R.C. Kroger, Quentin Baptiste, June BLC, and all the rest of you wonderful people that have been watching this show with me. What a season finale this was. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. We're going to keep this channel doing what? Going and growing, right? We're going to share. It's just going to be, we're looking forward to an amazing year, amazing time on this channel over here. And I thank y'all for supporting me and keeping it going. Because I remember when I had 5 subscribers. 5. But I kept going, and now we're at 1,000 something, 1,002. So let's make it 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. Let's just keep the channel going. So I do appreciate it. I just had to get that out the way. All right, now let's get down to this review. Y'all see how they tried to make us think Lulu was going to get killed last week. He was whining and crying, please don't kill me, please. We thought, I was saying to myself, they're not that cold. I mean, they cold, but they ain't that cold, are they? That they gonna kill their own brother? Their baby brother at that? I was like, nah, I just couldn't see that. So the episode opened up, and you see how they tried to trick us, right? And they had Lulu's face with his eyes closed and trying to make, and I was like, there's no way he's dead. And then they kind of panned out. When they panned out, he's in therapy. Turns out that Rock and Marvin sent him to therapy, sent him to rehab. He's in rehabilitation to get himself together. And this was a great scene because Lulu over there looking ashy and burnt out and worn out and all the things that's done to him, just hurting him. And Rock is looking frustrated, looking fly, but frustrated like, yo, what am I here for? I thought I came here, therapist, for you to tell me how you gonna fix him, but you asking me a whole bunch of questions. And, the guy was telling her something like, you being angry, anger is nothing but manifested hurt. And she's like, I ain't hurt, this, that, and the third, whatever. So she's going through all this because she's trying to figure out, what am I here for? I'm paying all this money, fix him up. And then the therapist said, well, actually, you were brought here. Lulu asked for you to come here. He said you were the most important person in his life. And that was crazy. And that scene right there, and just that was so well acted. I don't know why this actress Patina Miller has not gotten an, I don't know, I don't believe she has an Emmy nomination or anybody in the Power universe, but if there is anyone, she is, because her acting on here, and all of them on this show, their acting is top notch. I felt that, you would have thought I was sitting in the therapy office with them, when she realized that why she was there, and that Lulu says she's the most important, just the way she changed, her whole demeanor changing, the look on her face, and that whole interaction between them, that was beautiful. That was beautiful. Then she has the conversation. She told him she loves him too, and she did admit, you know what, I want you to get better. And she said, I did admit that, her feelings, she had anger, and she did make her, that anger did come from her. So that, shout out to him. That was a really powerful scene. Also, we saw in this episode, we saw Gerald's funeral, and Marvin went to pay his respects to Gerald. I guess, that was still his friend, and I guess he realized that Gerald was weak, and the feds used Gerald in a way and manipulated him or forced him to do what he was going to do, and he couldn't handle that. So now here they are harassing Marvin, saying, well, listen, he dead because of you. And Marvin was like, no, he's dead because of you, because he was too weak for this, and y'all put him into this. And I was like, I like that. I like that scene too. And that was very interesting right there, and a great scene. And kind of makes you feel sad because you're like, the poor, Gerald's poor daughter, one that's still living, she's going into the foster system and all that. Just really sad, but that's the reality of things. Then we move on down to Kanan and Crystal. Now, I never liked Crystal. Crystal's from the group that Jukebox is in, the singing group. And it looks like that group is disbanded, after the performance at the mall and jukebox being taken out by the police. I think, some time has passed. It's been about 2 weeks or whatever. So I don't think the group is working out or anything. But now, Crystal tells Kanan, maybe it's time for us to take our relationship public, and, you know, um, he was like, I ain't got time for that. I want to smoke my blunt. Then she tells him that she missed her period. And you know what that means? Pregnant. So I'm like, wow. So is this what was this in the original Power? I forgot his son's name. Is that the mother of that guy? Remember the son he Kanan killed in the original Power? Is that who this is supposed to be? That's his mother? That's what I'm thinking. It probably is, because, it probably is. But that was a good scene. And then it was just so much in this episode. Then we move on down to Jukebox, and that's when we learn that time has passed, and she's met up with Aisha. She's asked to speak to Aisha, and Aisha said, I've been trying to find you, call you, and you don't answer. Now you tell me to meet up with you. Are you okay? And, they had their conversation, and Aisha basically tells her that she feels for her, that she has feelings for her, and that, she's in love with her, whatever. But Jukebox has decided that she's going to join the army, which that's crazy. She's going to join the army because she says, for anything to be okay for me to find peace and happiness, I got to go join. I'm like, joining the army's doing that? But she wants to get away from the hurt and the pain that her family causes. That stuff, it takes a toll and messes up things in her life. So she's like, I'm going to join the army. And I love that scene where you see Aisha telling her, listen, I'll wait for you. Because, what about me? I love you and I care for you and all that. And she said, I'm just now finding this out. And she says, I'll wait for you. And when Jukebox says, no, you won't, and I don't expect you to, but the fact that you said that really means a lot to me. That was another great scene. Somebody nominate this show and these actors for an Emmy, because I'm telling you that their performances were really good. They were really good. Now, let's move on down to Detective Howard. Detective Howard his walls are closing in on him. Things are starting to catch up on him. The captain and the FBI agent bring him in there, and they're questioning him, and they tell him that, they're asking him questions about stuff, and he's, they're talking about his ex-partner, his deceased partner, Burke, and the young lady from the Upper East Side. But the FBI agent said, listen, I'm going to be real with you. I don't care nothing about none of that. I don't care about your partner. I don't care about the girl at the Upper East Side. What I want to know is why you withheld information that has you connected to Marvin and them and connected to organized crime. And so he thought he was going to finesse his way out of this. They told Detective Howard, they said, nah, bro, you are on modified duty. Hand in your gun and your badge. And I said, wow, things is looking bad for him. So he had to hand in his gun and his badge. It's not looking good for you, sir. Not looking good. Sorry. And so, with that being said, we also see Marvin speaking to his lawyer, and his lawyer telling him, well, they don't have anything on you just yet, but they are fishing around, and they had that conversation about that. But wow, Detective Howard, I was like, things are closing in on Detective Howard. The dirt you was doing and the things you was trying to do, I don't know, sir. It's not working out. Then we see Rock in her car. And she's stopping and she's staring at the children and all that. And then she was this close to getting taken out because it came with a drive-by, tried to shoot her up, bang, bang. And I said, this is crazy. You know who's doing this. This is crazy Ronnie. And I'm like, how are you going to try to shoot your business partner's mother? I'm sorry, try to kill your business partner's mother. And that was just really ridiculous to me. And they had, Kanan found this out when Famous went over to his apartment and asked him, did you hear? And then, they tried to shoot up your mother, whatever. And this pissed Kanan off, and Kanan goes over to Pops and Snap to discuss this. But before he got there, Ronnie's already there. He done missed. And Pops and Snaps are like, Pops and Snap, or Snaps and Pop, they're over there like, how you miss? And he said, I wasn't the one to shoot her. Now in walks Kanan, and Kanan is mad. And he's like, yo, what is this? You trying to kill my mother? What is this? Are you crazy? This, that, and the third. And look how phony Pops and Snaps are. They're like, oh, she wasn't hurt. They just got through saying to Ronnie, oh, how did you miss? But now they saying to Kanan, oh, listen, she didn't get hurt. This didn't happen. And they're like, yeah, this is going to be a wild war. Now, this shootout and this attempted killing of Rock has her shook because she's like, and upset. But she's like, I don't want to retaliate against my own son, because she's believing her son had something to do with this. Marvin is telling her, your son ain't had nothing to do with that. Come on now, there ain't no way your son got anything to do with that. He wouldn't have anything to do with it. But she said, I want to set up a meeting. I want to, set up a meeting with Snaps and Pop and find out what's going on. What is it that they need? I need to set up a meeting. We got to try to end this. Is basically what they're saying. We got to try to end this. Meanwhile, the FBI has paid Lulu a visit down at the rehab, and that scene was kind of funny to me because they're asking him, oh, this is pretty expensive, and they mentioned something about his habit of drinking, and he was like, I buy cheap drinks. He said, I'm frugal, I buy cheap drinks. And then I thought it was funny when they were trying to ask him questions to tie Marvin into anything. He was like, listen, I'm in here, I've been in rehab, I've been drunk for the past 6 weeks, or whatever he said. I don't remember anything. I've been drunk and messed up, and I'm in rehab, so you can't expect me to remember anything. And that was hilarious. But what was not so funny was we see Lulu almost tried to kill himself. He attempted to kill himself. You see him steal the wire out of the supply room, wrapped it up. He was going to hang himself, and then he started crying because he could not go through with it. But that is some type of pain, right? But was that, again, great acting. Great acting. I don't know who we got to speak to. We got to get this show some Emmy nominations, some Emmy awards, because that was crazy. Marvin has that visit with Pops and Snaps trying to work this thing out, and that was they're crazy. Pops and Snaps are shady, and they're crazy. I'm like, this is ridiculous. She in there flirting. She cracks me up too. Pops. She's in there flirting with Marvin. Oh, you're a fine specimen and all this stuff. Listen, we ain't got time for that. We trying to have peace here. So then we have, what do we have? Famous. House gets raided. He gets arrested. They arrest him. Why? Because they suspect him for murder. Remember the murder that he did do. But this is his mother's fault. His mother turned in the gun that was in his room. She found it and turned it into the police, which then had them check the prints and the ballistics and tie it to her son. Lady, what were you thinking? Then she's in the thing, and the precinct talking to her son, talking about, son, if you did anything, why are you going to ask him to tell you right there in the precinct? Like they can't hear you, like they might not have the room bugged or anything. I was like, is this lady stupid? So they're trying to cut a deal with him because, again, they're trying to get to Detective Howard. They're trying to get to him badly. Now, Detective Howard is desperate. He runs to Rock. He's like, Rock, my time is shutting down. Before that happened. Oh, wait, was that before? Oh, no. He's telling her his time, he's between a rock and a hard place. They're coming after him. And he's convincing her that, you know what, we have to turn Marvin in to save you, and Kanan. We got to let Marvin take the fall for all of this. And she's like, you're the one that's catching the heat. But then this is what Howard made me mad with. When he had the nerve to say something like, well, I shouldn't have never got involved with y'all. And first of all, you did all of that. You're the one who slept with her and got her pregnant. You shouldn't have been sleeping with her in the first place when you did that and get her pregnant. But you're the one who insisted on trying to figure out if Kanan was your son and trying to have that relationship. So you did that. So you can't be really mad with her. And you stepped in that willingly. So miss me with that. You stepped in with that. So he's saying all of this stuff and trying to convince her. So as that's happening, we see a scene where Kanan is having a conversation with Jukebox, and she's mentioning to him that she's going into the army and this, that, and the third. And she's telling him, you need to make peace with your mother. And as that happens, a van pulls up and snatches Kanan. And Kanan's like, this is Ronnie, this is Ronnie. And so now Jukebox runs back to Rock's home while Rock is having this conversation with Detective Howard. And they mention that Ronnie has Kanan. So they go to Snaps and Pop to find out what it is that he wants, and it turns out that he wants $500,000, and he wants her. He wants $500,000. He wants her business and the money, or he'll do some harm to Kanan. So now this has Detective Howard teaming up with them, and he even visited Pops and Snap, and it was like, yeah, he's desperate. He's just down and out. But then they had to go to the mobster, played by Tony Danza, to get the money. So he gave her the money because she didn't have enough money to front all of this. Now, this is what was crazy. It was crazy. But Howard, I want to speak on Detective Howard a little bit. He's like, everything he did was for his family. You don't have no relationship with them. Rock tried to kill you, sir. What? I mean, he did for a little bit have a slight relationship with Kanan, just a little bit, just slightly a little bit. But dude, you ain't had no relationship with them like that. So anyway, we get to this scene where it's time to trade the money for Kanan. They get in there, and it's Crazy Ronnie and Kanan back there, and she's like, here's the money, give me my son. And then Kanan is like, Ronnie's like, oh, actually, he's not kidnapped. And Kanan's like, no, this was all part of the plan. And I'm like, this dirty dog. But I was like, nah, that can't. I was like, nah, he can't be that stupid. So Rock says to Kanan, you don't know what you're doing. And I said, nah, he can't be that stupid. And just like I thought he was going to do, stupid Ronnie reaches down, and he's so happy. We rich, looking at the money. And when he does that, because they said hand the money over, when he does that, Kanan pulls out his gun and kills Ronnie. I was like, okay, Ronnie's going. Because Ronnie been annoying me. At first, I was enjoying his character. Then as we got throughout the scene, he was really getting on my nerves. But that ain't it. After he's killed, Rock picks up the gun. And Howard says, do you see this? And she blows Detective Howard's brains out, kills Detective Howard. And I'm like, how embarrassing is this going to be when they find, how disgraced he's going to be when they find his body and they with Ronnie. It's like, what went down here? So Kanan is like shook, she's like, come with me. He said, why did you do that? She said, I had to do what I had to do. So goodbye, Ronnie. No more Ronnie and no more Detective Howard. And I was like, wow. So that was like, yo, this is crazy. But that wasn't all. They do this slow pan, and I'm like, now who is this? And they slow pan from the feet on up. And, you have 50 Cent narrating, talking about, when you think somebody's dead, make sure they're really dead. And guess who it is, y'all? Unique. Unique is alive and well. And I'm telling you, I jumped up like, oh, shit. That's what I said to the TV. I was like, oh, what an ending. I thought that was quite an ending. Unique ain't dead. He's not dead. He was hiding somewhere, whatever. But that was a clever, clever ending to a really good season. And now I'm ready for season 4. Now we got to wait because, it takes them a while to do it. I'm ready for season 4. And I'm glad. And it's funny because the actor who plays Unique, Joey Badass, he went along with all this on social media about this being his last, him being off the show, blah, blah, blah. And because I have a music career. And I'm sitting there like, sir, you could do the music. Look, I'm telling him like I know in person. You could do the music and then film the show and then go on tour with your music because his music is good too. But I was like, come on, we need Unique's character because we've grown to love his character. And Unique is back. So all of you, especially June was upset. I know a lot of people that was like, they were upset. And then I saw some of the fans saying things on Twitter and social media like, I prayed about this and they done raised Unique from the dead. And I thought that was hilarious too. So yeah, what a great season. No more Ronnie, no more Detective Howard. Very interesting stuff here. Great season, great season. That's all I have. Thank you for watching. Tell me your thoughts. What did you feel about this episode? Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Check out my other videos. And I will see you all in the next video.